All right, this segment is sponsored by Trey Harrell Law.
News 4 Trey Harrell are committed to keep you safe while driving.
At our office, we've seen firsthand the devastating effects one bad decision can have on our low-country roads.
Driving under the influence is never worth the risk.
Road Safety Essentials with Trooper Bob and Trey Harrell.
Another edition of Trey Helps, Road Safety Edition. Attorney Trey Harrell is joined with our own Trooper Bob to join us with much more. Good to have you guys with us on the show. Yep. Shook hands with you a little while ago. You came out with this Trey Helps Uber a little while ago. You're bringing it back again. Why is that?
We took a little break after 4th of July. We had a couple here and there, but you know, Labor Day weekend is last call for the Low Countries.
Yeah,
essentially
we
for
get
the
into
summer.
football season.
We're into football season, and so we've just got to be smart. And in the state of South Carolina, drunk driving is such an issue. Yeah. We rank top nationally for DUIs. Almost 50% of all traffic-related fatalities are related to a DUI or somebody under the influence in some form or fashion, and that's something we have to stop. And so that's why we do the Trey Helps You Uber. You know, instead of putting a TV commercial on where I'm saying, screaming about wrecks and checks and all that stuff, let's actually do something that helps, right? And so all you got to do is go to TreyHelpsYouUber.com right now, snag that voucher, and you can use it over the weekend.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Help out a lot of people.
That's the goal.
Trooper Bob, of course, you work with us here at ABC News 4. You got the traffic situation going on where you got all the cameras in the car and everything. A lot of people that may be new watching us don't realize that you spent 25 years as a South Carolina highway patrolman. You know every inch of every road in the state.
I know a lot. I ride around. I say I work the wreck here, the rest of the guy there. I do. That's
yeah. Tell us about the dangers of drunk driving from your perspective. And you and I talked during the green room and otherwise, and we could go on for an hour about it. But from your perspective,
when I was on the patrol, historically over the last 10 years, the Highway Patrol arrested over 10,000 people a year for drunk driving, just in South Carolina. So how many got away? At least 30,000 probably got away. You never know what a drunk driver is going to do. They could drive 25 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone or 70 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. The important thing is to get that person off the road, because I don't know you. Anyone I ever put in jail, I don't want to be in jail. So it was always painful for me to put somebody in jail. But if you kill somebody drunk driving, you're looking at up to 25 years in prison per person that the life you take. Here we are. Labor Day is the end of the 100 deadly days of summer. It's the last hurrah for people, but we need to do it responsibly.
Yeah. Speaking of drunk driving, what should you do? You're driving in a car. What should you do if you're hit by a drunk driver?
Well, that's the same with any collision that I always say is make sure you're okay. Yeah. That is the most important facet of being involved in a car accident is checking you, and understand that adrenaline will mask injuries. So do the things you've got to do to make sure you can set up for your recovery later on. Yeah. And in doing that, one of the most important things is contact law enforcement. Yeah. Whether a drunk driver or not, you want to contact law enforcement because you need to get that police report. That is such a crucial piece of information, and you need that because an insurance company loves a gray area, and so you want to have all the evidence ready for them so they can't play any games.
Okay, Tom, if I could add to that, you don't even know that driver's drunk until a law enforcement official puts him in jail.
That's right.
Okay, so they need to come out there and make sure that driver's okay to drive, because if you think I just have a little bit of damage, well, if that person's still not okay to drive, why are you letting him down the road? He could hit somebody head on down the road.
Yeah, that's a key factor, and the thing to remember is your job after an accident is not to go after them to punish them, it's to protect yourself. You need to let law enforcement invoke the proper punishment. That's law enforcement's job. That's why we pay taxes. That's why they're so well trained. That's why they are who they are and how great they are. Let's let them do their job.
To reiterate that fact, to call the police right after a situation like this, even if the damage is minor. I mean, and even in minor, I was involved, it's been 20 years ago, in a minor accident. Nobody was hurt. But my adrenaline was like crazy.
Sure. But what if the damage is minor, but the person gets out to check on you and they're staggering in the roadway? How do you know they're drunk? How do you know they're not on drugs? How do you know they don't have a diabetic situation?
Or they might not have a massive concussion that they need EMS immediately, even if it's minor. You know, we use this old thing when we're talking about cases from a jury trial perspective. If you look at a carton of eggs, and the carton of eggs looks fine, but you open it, there might be a cracked egg in there. You never know how bad the injury can actually be until you're checked out. So that's what you always got to do. You've got to do the things, and I think it's your responsibility to make sure you're okay, as well as the people around you. And so calling law enforcement is the best way to do that.
Plus, documentation is really big.
Exactly. Document, because we talk about that many times. Documentation, if you're okay to do it, take out your cell phone. Everybody's got a camera on a cell phone. Take a lot of pictures. Don't just take 1, 2, 3, 4 and say, well, you know, I've got that. No, take a bunch of pictures, damage different angles and so forth. Take a picture of the guy that ran into you or the girl later ran into you.
License plates, everything. Everything.
Yeah.
You take all the pictures, we'll decide what we need to use.
Yeah. Fantastic. Appreciate you guys being here. But first, football season starts this Saturday. What's the game you're watching?
Well,
what's the game you're watching for?
I mean, Garnet tie. I'm watching the South Carolina game. Line is 8. Gamecocks will cover, and it will be epic. Clemson game, the line is 4.5. Clemson won't cover. They'll win, but they won't cover. I said it here first on Low Country Live.
Oh, wow. You going to Columbia, or is it out?
It's out in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta.
So, yeah.
Well, just as good. Let's go to Atlanta.
You know Lucy's not going to let me not go to a game.
You know, I bet Trooper Bob could get one of the highway patrol cars.
Get us there.
And we could get in the back like we were arrested. Well, he could hit the lights and we can get there in an hour.
We're going to take the traffic tracker.
We can leave now and take our time.
Yeah.
Stop along the way.
And if you want to hear us talk more about football or the Uber voucher, you need to go check out Trooper Bob because we're ready to go Facebook Live, live from the traffic tracker.
Live from traffic tracker. We're also going to cover the hands-free law that comes into effect next Monday.
Ooh,
hands-free law, Trey Helps You, Uber, DUI vouchers, and college football. So get excited.
Guys, thanks so much. Some great information.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Trey
Tom.
Helps always. We're back with more Low Country Live right after this. Stay with us.